Hello and welcome to the Max Fortune Show. I'm your host, Max Fortune, and I specialize in helping people achieve their dreams and goals and help them build their businesses through innovative marketing techniques, as well as coaching people who want to write books quickly and affordably. So today on my show, I have a very special guest with me whom I've known for over 10 years. We're great friends. The wonderful Linda Jones here, and she has enjoyed over 30 years as a business owner and entrepreneur. She's a real estate professional with over 17 years in real estate and with LJ Promotional Agency. She is also a brokerage manager, coach, and mentor for agents development, and creator of the Realtor Success Guide with Karan Oswald Jones. Now, her goals is top shelf customer service for clients and teaching excellent marketing technique for developing your real estate career into a wealthy business. And the goal is learning you are your commodity. Again, here with me also is Joe Farina. For those of you tuned in last week, he was with us last week. And with Joe and I have connected really on a good level. We got a lot of good comments back on the show from last week. And Joe is also a very integral part of Fortune Publishing. He's the director of sales and marketing, also Fortune Publishing. And so he's going to be somebody I'm probably going to have co-hosting the show with me every week. So along with me, Joe will be on with guests. And so just to talk about Joe again, he's an entrepreneur who's owned multiple businesses, both online and offline, including retail stores and the sports supplement industry. He has become a personal development specialist who has had his work published in both book and magazine form. And both of them will be sharing tips and pointers on how they've become successful in their careers. And again, so we'll go into more information with both Linda Jones and Joe Farina in a moment. For those who are not familiar with myself, I am an author, motivational speaker, entrepreneur, life coach, and a publisher, and president and CEO of Fortune Publishing Group. And I also have personally written 3 books myself, the first one being Success to the Blueprint to Achieving Your Dreams and Goals, which I actually have a copy of now. I actually wish I had this on last week because we didn't have it last week, but here it is now this week. My latest book is How to Publish a Book and Make a Fortune, which actually is over here, and which is a book written for aspiring authors as well as seasoned writers, illustrating how to plan, write, publish, and pay for and market your book. The fourth Thursday of every month, I actually host this show with my wife, Nicole Fortune, who's written this book From Selfie to Wifey. And we're going to focus on issues with couples who desire to grow their relationships. Now, today's show is Get Rich in Your Niche, which, of course, is the book based on this book that I wrote on 10 marketing techniques that will grow your business quickly and affordably. And so we're going to be focusing on points on how to grow your business. So what I'm asking people to do is to actually asking if you want a copy of this book. You can go to AskMaxFortune.com to purchase a copy of the book, or you can also sign up for some book coaching if you're interested in writing a book of your own. But we're also asking you to sign up on Facebook or Instagram, follow, like the pages, and you can go to Facebook.com, AskMaxFortune, or you can go to WBGR Gospel Network and watch the show as well. Of course, this radio show is being recorded live and is coming in. We do have callers who do come in, who call into the show from time to time. So again, we do field those calls, and viewers will also be, online comments or we'll be taking your comments. So you can also tune in to WBGR online. I'm just trying to get all the formalities out the way here today. So,
there you go.
Formalities,
Run it down the track.
I'm running down the track. So you can also download the app on WBGR or on your mobile device. You can tune in to WBGRonline.com, and then you can just hit the link to watch it that way. So lots of different ways you can join in the show. We do definitely want you to join in the conversation with Linda and Joe. You can do that by calling 301-429-9247. You can talk to me and the guests. Now, if you would like to call or ask questions or interact with us here on the show, again, just make sure you leave your name and number also We're also going to be later on the show kind of giving away some of these travel vouchers for that segment of our show where we do guest to guest, where you can win a vacation to one of 20 different destinations there. So let's get on to today's topic. And today, again, we're going to focus on marketing techniques that will grow your business quickly. So we're going to focus on how to grow your business. If you're a small business owner out there, a lot of people are familiar with the challenges that occur with marketing your business. And so today, what I'm going to do, and I'm going to, Linda, just actually have you talk a little bit about what you do and how you do it. So let's, I did a brief introduction to people about you, but let's get you saying a few things about what you do.
Okay, what I do, of course, I'm a real estate agent of Maryland. And as far as a coach and a mentor, my main objective is to make sure agents really develop themselves and be their own commodity in the business and learn how to grow their business by simple steps. Simple steps, day-to-day, wonderful regimens that actually creates a growing client base. That is extremely important into developing yourself into a wealthy career in real estate. So really it's hand-in-hand business and just showing them techniques, showing them different avenues, and just really being a great asset as a support system and creating great advertising and marketing tools to get them to the next level. I work along with Karan Oswald Jones in creating different, I would say, just avenues. Simple avenues that doesn't cost them a lot, that makes it easy for them to start their real estate career without putting a lot of money and a lot of time outside of their normal schedule into creating their business.
Okay, very good, very good. So one of the things we're going to be talking about today, and again, the focus of today's show is really viewer-based. So what we try to do here on the show is give viewers something that they can use to jumpstart their business or to grow their business. And again, Joe, I know you have a breadth of knowledge, especially in the business realm, and with all the success that you've had. And so today, the first kind of thing I want to talk about, and again, what we try to do is bring content that hopefully viewers or people who are watching this show are kind of taking some notes and writing down some information that can help you if you have a business, if you ever want to start your business. A lot of times people think it costs a whole lot of money to get started, and sometimes it does. It depends on the venture you have. But there's all kinds of different ways to get your business going, and again, marketing is very critical and important to your business. And so one of the first things I want to talk about is the importance, and then I'm going to pose this to you, Joe.
Sure, fire away.
So the importance of your logo as far as branding yourself out in the industry as a unique entity, and how important your logo is to that. You know, I see a lot of people start a business and they really don't think about creating a logo for their business, but they're still operating. And so speak to that, if you will.
Well, it's your identifiable brand, and that's vital for people being able to attach themselves to what you're doing. One, it's memory recognition. When they see that logo, then they assign what you have put the message behind it to that logo. And it's smart business to have a place where people can, again, there's a lot of companies out there that spend a lot of money on branding. Branding is so vital, right? They spend a lot of money to the point where when somebody sees that logo, they automatically can identify it with that brand. Automatically, it jumps right in their head. So for marketing 101 is you have to have a brand. You have to have a brand, and a logo is a great way of branding yourself.
And you know what? Here's the one quick thing about, people get confused a lot of times with marketing and branding. And sometimes they're two different things. Sometimes they're the same thing, because you do have to, part of marketing is branding yourself, as you mentioned. But also, there is a delineation, for lack of a better word, between just branding. Companies like Coca-Cola, McDonald's, big companies like that just do a lot of brand marketing. And a lot of times a small business owner doesn't have that big budget to brand. So again, they have to focus more on marketing, which is something that creates a tangible sale or purchase.
Right.
And so, that's the important thing. So again, I also believe that it's very important to have your logo, like you said, separating yourself and putting yourself out there in business, I think anybody who's going to really be serious about being in business, it's something that's important to do because you want to be able to differentiate yourself from your competition.
And some businesses rely more on a logo than others, but a logo is absolutely vital.
Right. And in real estate, it's marketing the agent too, and marketing yourself. If you're starting a business, you want to start, like you said, between brand and marketing. You want to brand yourself into the marketing, so the marketing becomes a great avenue of branding. That means getting your face out there. That means getting your what you're creating out there. So that means between when you're starting a business, you have no funds. Okay, you're going to start with the free internet that you can. So therefore, you can start branding as your funds. You start growing your funds. You're going to have to put a little money into it between advertising on whether you have in internet, whether you have as far as business cards, whether you have as far as even local establishments around
So
you.
let me jump in real quick. Because the next topic I want to talk about before we get too further ahead, because there's a couple of different things we're going to put. So I want to try to kind of keep this point by point and talk about this. So I'll pose this next question to you as far as business cards and the importance of that. And we see this a lot of times. Realtors have their picture and their picture on the card, and I have my picture on my card too.
Yes.
I think
I do too. I do too.
I did it a couple times.
So speak to that, Linda, about how important sometimes people, even in today's day and age, this digital day and age, is still important networking tool to have a business card.
It is extremely important, because a lot of business sometimes is internet, and when it comes to real estate, it is dealing base to people wherever you meet them throughout the day, throughout all your business networking events. So a business card is great because your face on it is wonderful because people get comfortable with you, and then also people get they feel familiar. They feel like they know you. They feel like they can relate to you when you have a business card because your face became a household face to them. It became warm. Right. So marketing your face on a business card or marketing your face on a flyer, business cards are essential for that because when you're out and you're talking to people, people will turn around and say, I know you from somewhere. And it's just your business card's been out there. They don't really know you, but they relate to you, so they're willing to use your product. They're willing to listen to you. I think it's a great asset. I love business cards because you, in your day-to-day walk, you come across 10 to 20 people you don't even realize, right. From gas stations to going to the market to businesses. And there's so many people that you could market to and never know who is on the other side that you're giving that business card to. Could be just a winner in your business. So I think you should never be without a business card. And, technology, yes, you can put them into a technology stage, but you always should have it in your hand.
I agree with you there. And kind of piggybacking on that, I mean, like I said, that's, we're talking about two very basic things. I'm kind of keeping today's show kind of at really just some of the basic rudimentary level of tools that you need if you're trying to grow your business. Again, the topic we're talking about is how to get rich in your niche, and
right.
Your niche is whatever particular industry you're in,
right.
whatever that may be. So it doesn't matter whether you're real estate,
right.
retail marketing, online marketing, publishing, or whatever. It's all flows together. So the next thing that is likened to business cards is postcards and flyers. Yes. And the importance of having a postcard or a flyer. And, I remember some of the businesses that I had early 10, 20 years ago, I just do flyers indoors. And honestly, it kind of it's a really simple way to kind of start for people who are just trying to start some type of marketing or advertising. Yes. Outside of a business card, a flyer is probably the next best thing you can have to grow your business. And it sounds simple. You see a lot of flyers, but nowadays they're the colorful flyers. They're front and back. They're glossy. They look really nice. They're almost like a business card, but they're larger. Right. And so, Joe, talk about that. Have you had any kind of success with postcards or flyers, or talk about the importance?
Yeah, in my time in business, I think I've probably used more offline type of marketing, and postcards certainly is one of them. And I think right now, if you look at it, I've heard it before, when everybody's zigging, you want to be zagging. Everybody's trying to automate everything, and go online, and some of the people that are really, I would imagine, are getting success right now is standing out as doing postcards. Because how many people are really using them right now? Everybody's trying to jump online and go digital, when you can actually have a tangible piece of marketing material that you can get in somebody's hand. You're standing out because not too many people are doing that.
That's so true.
So, I mean, when I had my retail stores, I think one of the things I was very cognizant of was trying to separate myself and really stand out. So the marketing strategies were always to stand out. Instead of just following the herd, I wanted to separate. So when you look at that, timing's everything when it comes to that. So if a lot of people aren't using postcards, then great, you've now moved into the postcard area. And you see that now. A lot of people aren't even using business cards as much as they used to. So business cards become very hot right now as far as being able to market and promote. Everybody's trying to again, go online, and online is outstanding. But when you can separate yourself, I think that's the most important thing.
So one of the other things that kind of fall in line with both of these things are, again, for marketing. Marketing a business is so critical, and I think sometimes it takes a lot to just even get a business going. But without marketing your services, you're really wasting your time in a lot of cases. So again, marketing is very, very critical. Getting your name out there, and a lot of times people are only responding after they see your whatever marketing you have about 7 times. It almost takes 7 times before marketing kind of resonates with someone. That's why you see commercials running and playing all over and over again. So one of the things that I also want to speak to, and this is, I think, one of the things that probably realtors do very successfully, which is signs that you see on the road, whether it's an open house sign or whatever kind of sign, even just signs advertising that the house is for sale. How effective that is. I mean, I don't know how somebody would know even a house is for market without a real estate sign.
Right.
So I'm kind of drawing that as a parallel, using it as a parallel because, again, signs are so important to marketing or growing your business. Having signs, when you see those yard signs or the Coroplast signs you see in the grass, or those signs are fairly inexpensive. And I had a former business that I almost built the entire business doing nothing but that. To be honest with you, it's that effective. So if you're out there and you really are looking for something that is an affordable way to kind of get out there, those signs that are 18 by 24, Coroplast signs are really effective. But talk to me about how agents use signs
to market themselves.
To market themselves.
The signs, I should have brought one. I would have been big. But the signs are great in marketing because a key when you're marketing yourself, and I would say this, your business card, your flyer, and your signs should match. And then you can rotate a little bit so people can see you in different lights. But it is phenomenal in marketing. And like I say again, because first of all, you gain value. People truly, from between internet signs and your business cards and your postcards, what happens is people also feel familiar. The biggest thing about it, when they feel familiar and they feel that they can trust, a lot of times just your face, just your advertisement feels warm. Like you said, an advertisement, sometimes people hear jingle and it reminds them of something and they just constantly hear that and they feel familiar. So those things are very important. But if you're starting your business, I did want to say this, if you're starting your business, you want to find an ad master. Max has been phenomenal in doing so much marketing for my website when I first started. That was fabulous for me. And he did so many tricks on the website that I didn't know he did that worked out wonderfully with his company. And then Karan is the youngest ad master to our company. You want to find someone that you can relate to that can be your ad master. So you, as a person starting a business, a lot of times you're like, okay, where do I get the postcard? Where do I get the business card? Okay, they're saying this, but where do I, So you want to be able to, can call Max. Karan is ours, and Max is still there for us doing the bigger projects, and Karan is always doing a lot of small posters and everything. And you need that around you when you're starting a business. You need somebody that can help guide you on just not going out there for a business card or postcard, what it should look like. And you're going to have trial and error. And it's okay, because I've had business cards, I'm like, that's not good, and this is good. But all of them are fantastic because people get to know you. So and I know I can talk longer, as they say, but I'm just saying when you're new out there and you're trying, the first thing about it is it's so much to do. And you're feeling overwhelmed because you're trying to start a business on however, and you're trying to get all of your materials and everybody come up to you with these high prices. So you want to have people you can trust and talk to, and somebody right on the side to say that they know what to say on that business card. They know what to say. They give you ideas. They give you direction. So therefore, when you first come out of the door, you're coming out well.
Yeah, I definitely agree with all of that, and there's so many different ways, and I guess what the hope that I'm trying to, so if I'm sounding repetitive, there's for a reason. I'm really hoping that anybody who's watching this can take a couple of things away from what we're saying to start their business, get their business going. That you don't have to spend a ton of money all the time. And sometimes you find things that are working well, and you continue to build on those. One of the other things that are likened to signs, and today, again, what I'm focusing on is how important print marketing is. Even in this digital age, print marketing is still important. It's still
Huge.
It's still good. It looks like you had something.
Oh, no, because
Jump
you're
in.
near and dear to my heart here now. You got me out. Go ahead, finish your thought.
No, listen, I'm going. Go ahead.
I love digital marketing. You know how
Right.
much I love even using a book as a marketing platform because, again, as Randy Gage, who was one of my mentors, said, when everybody's zigging, you want to be zagging. And so everybody's going in one direction. And what better way to market?
Right.
I can't think of a better way. I'll tell you what. I'll just say this even for a real estate agent. A real estate agent in the sea of real estate agents out there, because I probably have run into several. If they are an author of a real estate book, automatically I put them in a different category of, wow.
Right.
They've separated themselves from the signs and the ads in the diners and stuff with the little things. Now they've taken it a step further to be an
That's true.
authority and to be able to add that extra value. And I think to myself, wow, if they're going to go that extra mile to get that content out there, oh, boy, how
And
much
it-
more are they going to be able to sell my house?
That is
Or
so
be
true.
somebody that I can trust to get me into a house that I'm going to buy. And right now, again, everybody's going online, everybody's doing digital stuff because it's easier and print is dead. No, guess what? Print is the opportunity right now because everybody's trying not to print.
Right.
Why compete with the masses when you
Right.
can now go right back? It's the circle of life. The circle of it all comes back around.
I
The
think
trends come
We're
back
gonna get a song, I
around.
think, in a minute, right?
We almost did.
We almost did. I know.
Some music.
You didn't know Joe used to be a singer. We found that out last week.
Yeah.
So maybe
Give
we'll
us
get
a little tune.
maybe we'll get a song out of him or something like
Boy,
that.
I carved out a niche in the karaoke world, but I didn't find a way to get rich in that one.
It's
not
okay.
yet.
Long as you enjoyed
Yeah,
yourself.
yeah. I got paid with laughter.
Yeah, there you go. All right. They weren't laughing at you. They were laughing with you.
I think
That's
so.
smart.
Yeah.
Sometimes hard to tell, but
Yeah, it is. It's
Yeah.
hard to tell.
You just laugh with them at the same time.
Yeah.
That way you feel better.
I
no
kept
matter
getting
what.
invited back, but I don't know if it was for my musical talent or my comedy act. I'm not sure which one.
could have been both.
But either way, you know what? It's branding.
Yes,
There
it
it
is.
is.
That's
There
right.
you go.
And speaking of branding, let's go to one of the next things I want to talk about is the importance of brochures or having a brochure, something that kind of explains what you do
Right.
a little bit more further than the card or postcard can do, and how important even having something like that is to market or grow your brand. And honestly, kind of piggybacking, one of the big things now, there's lots of different kinds of brochures. There's the trifolds, the bifolds, the whatever many
Yeah.
folds you can get on in a brochure. And so I know that realtors also use that, and they're even very effectively for listing a house or
Right.
or showing a home or showing the values of the home. And I think even with I could say this, I guess, that my
that's
wife and
gonna
I
be
just
good.
recently. Well, I'm just saying, my
Okay.
wife and I just recently bought a home, and Linda Jones was our realtor. She helped us
Oh,
buy
okay,
it.
all right.
Yeah, and actually they've used a very effective brochure. A lot of times there's those brochures in those bins.
Yes.
And sometimes when you get a chance to look at those brochures, it kind of really whets your appetite for wanting to get in,
Come
wanting
back,
to take a look. And so I'm saying that that's still a very effective way because a lot of times they have those brochures in those bins.
Right.
And even it's like a silent salesperson, even when no one's there or nobody's there to show the home,
It's a
those
great
brochures
marketing.
are there. So talk about that a little bit and how, maybe even how you use that.
To further.
Uh-huh.
The brochures are great because the brochures are there at the home as people are driving past or visiting with the agents. But that way, either agents get familiar with you, more people that you haven't even touched pulls that brochure and sees you on top of your presentation. So your presentation for the seller, they love it because it's a beautiful presentation. It's a great sale piece because you get to go home with brochures and get to see the, the amenities and the beauty of the home. So that's really a great selling tool when people are going between 10 to 12 homes. But at the same time, you also are marketing yourself, which is absolutely wonderful because it's sitting on a property, and it's just a great presentation along with everything else that you do. Brochures are good to even send out or hand out at an event. If you're at an event and you have a brochure and you can step your business card to the brochure, that's a nice piece because some people take the business card and keep them and some people are brochure people. So, you're hitting bases either way because, you got people that take a brochure and really read it and you have people that take a business card and let it go. So it's nice to hit people both ways when you're doing it with a brochure.
I agree with you. And you know what? I'm just looking. We do want to invite you to comment right now. We got Nicole is on there saying, "Hey, Linda
Hi,
Jones,
Nicole.
best realtor around."
Thank you,
Shout out down
love
there.
you.
She's also
She's wonderful. I love Nicole.
she also wanted me to plug her from Selfie to Wifey book. She said it was a great book, and it is a great book.
It is a wonderful book.
There you go.
But it just kind of comes. So again, if you are out there listening, you want to comment, you have a question that you want to comment in right now for Linda or for Joe or myself, please feel free to do that. Also, the number here to call in is 301-429-9247. So you can call in if you have a call or a question that you want to ask about your small business and you have maybe want to get some advice, tips, or some pointers on how you can grow your business affordably. Or even just get it started. Maybe you have an idea that you want to promote and you just want some good ways to get started because that's always the hardest thing is just getting started. So sometimes taking that first step is really, really critical for a lot of people. And there's some people just don't know where to begin. And so some people get overwhelmed with all the different things that you can do that they end up not doing anything at all. And so the big part of why I kind of do the show, or it's to really kind of provide information and value for people who can just kind of take something, even if it's just one or two things, and just start today with something. You know what I mean?
I would say take your idea first. Take your idea call and take your idea and call in and start. If you just want to start with a business card, you want to start in marketing, how do you market on the internet? If you want to start with what type of flyer, with your business, it's just getting started. It's just to start. Decide you're going to have the business. Decide, I need some marketing tools, and to be able to call in and find out how to start with my marketing tools and where should I start. That's the beginning. It's starting at the beginning. I started with my business cards. I started real estate with nothing. So my business card and went into flyers and bleeps and bloopers. You're going to have bleeps and bloopers of how you do things. Max, I've been knowing him for many, many years, and he's been always right there as a phenomenal marketer on helping me decide and direct a lot of my attention in my marketing, in developing my marketing, which has been fabulous, and I appreciate that. And it has helped me develop into marketing to even agents, helping agents market their business and showing them how to market their business consistently, where they start and they don't know where to get started, and doing from flyers to business cards to promoting online, along with Karan here, Oswald, which is our right hand. He's not a realtor, but he's an ad master in there. And I went so far, do you mind, Max?
No, go
and
ahead.
I created the Realtor's Successful Guide along with Karan and illustration. And it was there to teach agents how to do this with nothing, how to start their business with, pennies on a dollar. And it actually, in a couple weeks, the realtors grew into 4 to 5 clients. The realtors done just in the first couple weeks. It took realtors out of just being shy, learning how to develop their business cards, learning how to speak to clients. Really, it showed them how to market day to day. That's what we're talking about. How to market without going to the internet. How to market day to day as you actually out is your day-to-day regimen, how to create your wealth in your business in day-to-day marketing. This is what I did with this. This was less than buying just a beautiful leather $49 case. You buy the case, you buy all of the hoopla, but you don't have the materials that you need inside of it. So when you start your business, you want a business that teaches you how to create wealth in small avenues. You want small avenues of spending money. You want to know where to spend your money, how to spend your money, and what's going to be effective. So the biggest thing is to know, what should I do? Where should I go? And if I have $100, if I have $500, I have $1,000, where should I take that money and to start and create my business?
That kind of brings me to really kind of back to what you're talking about with here. I know that you see this more than anything else. There's lots of people. It's for a lot of people, real estate becomes one of the first businesses they ever try or attempt to try, and it's so many people come in and go back out, and again, it's a lot of people's first attempt at being self-employed.
Right.
And so having, I think the same challenges for all small business owners.
Right.
Is where do I start? How can I kind of start? They may not have a large budget.
Right.
How can I kind of do a couple of key things that can possibly generate more money
Right.
and build and grow on that?
Right.
You look like you have some ideas.
No, I was just listening to you. You
Oh.
got me very excited, and you just gave me a title of another book I want to work on called Bleeps and Bloopers.
Oh, and that's what I call this. That's what.
Well, I don't want to steal it then.
No. But that's what I tell the agents. I said, this is a bleep and bloopers. This is the Realtor Success Guide. It's online, everybody, at Realtor Success Guide.
And that was the other thing I was going to ask, that where people, other realtors who want to probably get access to,
Right.
where they would go. So you
They
said
just
Realtor
go
Success
online
Guide?
and they just type in www. Here, this is just the cover piece. This is not the guide. But you type in Realtor Success Guide. And when you type it in, and it shows Realtor Success, SUCCESS, guide, it's going to come right up. And it'll come up and they'll see From the Desk of Linda Jones, and they'll know they're on the right site. And then the book is, this binder, we put it in a binder. It's a big old binder, and it really teaches you how to get started. How to get started with nothing, how to get started for if you have a few dollars, if you have a lot. But this only takes it actually takes nothing. Once you do the guide, it shows you how to walk out your door in the morning, what you do when you get up in the morning, how to create your business in your day-to-day. When you buy this guide, you buy a little $2 binder, you put it all in, and it teaches you how to start your day, how to market. It tells you how to market from business cards to flyers to postcards. Okay, so it gives you a whole guideline telling you what to say to your buyers and sellers. It also teaches you everything, how to, your listing presentation. Everything's in here. So this is like your little Bible to your success as being a realtor without spending, it's less than $50.
Okay. Wow.
And it creates you $5,000 to $50,000 to whatever. The sky's the limit on it. And every person that has purchased it, it's just been absolutely fantastic. I'm very excited because it's me sharing with the agents something inexpensively, so they can grow their business without costing them a fortune.
Okay, so and what I kind of want to piggyback on or talk about is the fact that it's in print and how important things, there's something about reading something that's in print or kind of looking at something. It's just as far as how we receive information, how we take in information, and how important it is to not just, a lot of times things that we hear just goes in one ear and out the other, doesn't really stay with you. But when somebody takes the time to put something down in print and to really, it just kind of stays with you. So one of the things that was the whole point and reason for me putting, that's why I write the books that I write. And I want anybody who's listening to not just think about how you grow. If you're not a realtor, this is a very specific industry, but I want to kind of broaden out some of the things and how the stuff that we're talking about kind of applies really to all industries.
Right.
Almost any business that you can do specifically, it's important to market. And again, what I do want to encourage people to do, it's very, very important to go out there and get information, because you don't have to start and figure everything out on your own. It's just about going and getting
Yes.
good information, getting the right information. What I'm going to do, or what I want to talk about, I mean, that was the whole reason why this book was written. Get Rich in Your Niche was written
Right.
specifically to get people. I mean, this is 10 marketing techniques that will grow your business quickly. So it's really a very simple book. It's not very thick. It's not intimidating in any way. You know, handsome guy on the
You
front.
can handle it.
But again, I'm going to encourage you, if you have a small business, you wanted to get through, how do I get started? How do I start my business? Where do I go? Because so many people get stopped at just, like I said, getting overwhelmed with all of the questions. Where do you begin? And so I definitely would strongly encourage anyone to get this book. It's a simple read, but it's lots of different techniques. Today we're just focusing on print marketing, but it's all kinds of information, definitely even on digital marketing. And as a business owner, you don't want to just do one thing. You want to be able to specialize in more than one thing, or have a couple of things going, because that's really the way you have an impact with your business. Is not just focusing on the one thing. So I do want to encourage anybody, and I mentioned this at the top of the show, that I did want to let you know, if that you wanted to get this book, you can go to my website, which is AskMaxFortune.com, and log on to the books section, go to the shop, and you can purchase this book. There you can, I believe you can even get it as a digital download, or you can actually order the hard copy of the book. I recommend getting the hard copy. Sometimes it's really good to just kind of hold a book or have the information. But get the information. Get information that will help you do key things that will start your business growing. And one of the things that I've done, you know, my former life, as a realtor or whatever, just even marketing now, signage is so
Yes.
important. And one of the things that I want to kind of talk about is I think we're still good for time, which is
We're
good.
doing all right.
Yeah, I think we're doing
Alrighty
okay. Is the power and the impact. People don't think about anything else, and I'm going to say a lot of these things we've discussing today are really simple things that you can do to start your business or to grow your business. And I'm going to give you another really, really key thing that's very cost effective, and that's magnetic car signs.
Yes.
That's also something realtors do, people do in this business. Joe, I'll have you talk about that a little bit.
Sure.
I'll tell you this, with magnetic car signs, just so you know. In New Jersey, you have to have commercial tags if you put magnetic signs on your car.
Really? We're glad we're not in
Yeah.
Jersey.
I'm just saying, I don't know how it is anywhere else, but I know that in New Jersey.
So in Maryland, you don't have to do that. So guess what? In Jersey, you have to get a license, I guess, to put
Commercial
commercial
tags.
tags.
Because now it's a business vehicle.
And you know what? You just kind of mentioned something that I really wasn't thinking about covering. But also, if you want to have that write-off, your vehicle now becomes a business vehicle, and now you have an extra write-off for your business. So that's a little tax tip. You just throw
There you
it
go.
in there.
Added bonus.
A little added bonus that we're throwing in there. The other thing about signs, though, people, I don't remember what the actual statistical number is about how many people pass your car every day on the road. I think it's 10, 20, 30,000 somewhere. It's a really high number like that. And so anybody out there who has a business and you're not even just doing that basic thing, marketing, your what you do by putting on a magnetic car sign,
Right.
I mean, you're missing out on 10, 20, 30,000 impressions a day. Just from people just
Viewing you as
exactly, just riding by you. You just have no idea. I mean, how many people are in traffic going to work
Right.
and coming home?
Well,
And
you're stuck in traffic.
sometimes you're stuck. And people are just sitting there. You could be advertising and marketing your business. And again, these signs are not very, very expensive to do. They have a long shelf life if you get good quality ones. They don't damage the car or the vehicle. And again, my whole goal and point with this is just to kind of speak to small business owners who are just looking to start. They're just looking for some simple things that they can do to grow their business. And that's really what this whole show is about. Just some simple things that involve print marketing. Now, if you continue to listen to the show, each show, again, is different. We try to cover different topics that really benefit the viewers or listeners of the show, that things that you can implement in your business or implement to grow your business, more importantly. So one of the other things that actually, you know what, I'm looking at just trying to see what time we have. We still Still have a good time. My sister's telling me we're still good. We're still good. for
We're
time.
good.
We're still good. You know,
So mainly, I guess it's there. First, you get you have your idea of what they want to create as a business, and the next thing is sometimes make a phone call to someone as they're speaking with you. Make a phone call to a professional that can help guide you on the first couple things to do in your business, so you feel comfortable and you don't feel like you spent your money in the wrong place. I think that's the most important. And you could take, so if business cards is the proper way, or is the magnetic sign is the proper way, or if it's all great, or you need flyers, or what exactly in your business will start your business growing from the beginning, and which avenue you should take. So you have to make the phone call. Of course, Max Fortune is here and his partner's here, and they both have been phenomenal in business. So sometimes you have to make the phone call and just know where to start. And that makes you feel better, because now you feel comfortable. You have someone that you know now, you see their faces, that you feel comfortable with, that's there for you and have been in business for many years and been successful. So that's what I would say.
Let me just say this real quick and chime in, because you just spoke to my heart right there, is having the ability to be humble enough to go out there and ask, right? Seek wise counsel. Because, let's face it, every dollar that goes out is a dollar that's gone. And in business, it really, at the end of the day, comes down to the calculator. And so when you start a business, having a certain amount of money allocated aside for whatever you're going to do, that's how you can have fun and be effective.
Yes.
Because, take it from me, I've learned a lot of my stuff through a lot of trial and error.
Yes.
I've learned what not to do, and I've gone broke enthusiastically doing it. I've started really expensive marketing when I had the retail stores, not really looking any further, because I didn't seek wise counsel. I was young and naive and very excited to get out there, and everybody was excited to sell me things. And so I would overspend my budget, and guess what I couldn't do anymore? I couldn't market anymore,
Right.
because I did a marketing plan that didn't fit my budget, because I wasn't treating it like a business and looking at it from what am I really looking to do? And getting wise counsel is so important, because I see so many people that get stuck at, well, how do I? Well, how you do it is you ask.
That's right.
You
That's
ask
right.
people, professionals. Henry Ford was one of the wealthiest people on the face of this earth, because he knew who to ask.
Right.
He asked professionals, surrounded himself with people.
That's right.
My biggest failing in business early on was not surrounding myself with really marketing professionals and people that were good at that. I was good on the retail sales side. I wasn't good necessarily at marketing. And if you're starting out, sometimes you can't afford to be making mistakes, trying to learn and do everything on your own, and
That's
try
so
to be
true.
try to be the jack of all trades and spend all that time. Sometimes outsourcing is our most effective
It is.
way to be professional and have a budget and have those people that are accountable to that.
That is so
And
true.
so it just comes down to being smart. You can get out your calculator for that one.
Okay.
Go ahead, back to Max. Max, back to you.
no, I think that's good. Definitely good. Good information to have, because it's just important. I don't think people. I mean, you're saying it. Hopefully, people are not just taking it, flip it. They're really kind of taking it to heart and understanding how important it is to not talk to the people who aren't where you want to be.
Family and friends.
Sometimes it's family and friends. We get the wrong counsel. Sometimes we talk to
Right.
people who don't even have a business,
Right.
and they're telling you what they would do if they had a business.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And
That's
so,
scary,
yeah.
though, when you think about
But
that.
that's how many people do that? So many people
Right.
do that. They try something that somebody who, I mean, you want to seek somebody who's where you want to be. I think what's important is seeking. We're really kind of talking about seeking mentors if and when you can.
Right. Because you think about it, for your health, you seek a doctor.
Right.
You know,
But-
whatever you need in life, you seek them. But so for business, you should seek professionals that can help you in your business, because you need people that can direct your path and really just be a support system. If there's no more than an ear, even if you have your own creative ideas and you already are putting marketing out there, just to see if there was anything else that you could have been doing in any other direction, is just so important. I find out with realtors, a lot of realtors are scrambling sometimes because they're putting their money everywhere and spending a fortune trying to create a real estate wealth and a great client base. And two things, one thing is customer service is absolutely the most exceptional thing that you can do for your business. And second is to learn how to market your business, learning what to do and where your direction is. Where are you marketing and who are you marketing to? What is your avenue? Where did you want to market? Everybody doesn't want to market the same place or same people or same, situation. So you really have to know what you're targeting, what you want your outcome to be of it. And you might not even know that. Maybe you just want to grow it. Maybe you're just saying, I just want to get started. But where do you get started? So that's why for me, for realtors, again, I'm plugging myself, the Success Guide, Realtor Success Guide. But I plug it to everybody because it really, and that's just the cover, it really tells you how to start any business. Just getting started in waking up. And what do I do when I wake up to start my business? That's the key. What do I do tomorrow? I have a business. What do I do tomorrow to get my business going? Where do I go? What do I do? So to make phone calls to professionals, to Max and Joe, beautiful Joe over here. So to make contact with them and to be able to say, okay, I'm starting my business today. Where do I get started? That's the first thing you do, and you'll be exceptional.
And I think
Can't lose.
Yeah, I agree with you, and it's good having some type of guideline, some type of framework to get started. Go ahead.
Well, one of the things that really just came to mind is I know when I was a young entrepreneur, I was very emotional about my business early on. I was very emotionally invested. It was my baby. And sometimes when we're emotionally invested, we do need wise counsel outside of that to kind of like actually look at what's really going on. Because a lot of times when we start a business, especially if it's your first time, you really kind of you get overly protective, right? And you don't want to admit that you don't know certain things, and you want to own everything. You want to be involved in everything. You want to be a part of everything, and it's hard to get rich in your niche if you really aren't equipping yourself with the tools and the people and the proper methods to do so.
Right.
And I can tell you, again, I learned from my own shortcomings with that. I got very overly protective. I wanted to be involved in everything.
And just like I would say too, because I'm a realtor, so I have to say that in that way, we try to do it all. We try to be realtors, we try to be marketers, we try to be, doing our advertisements and stuff. And thank goodness for Max that came into the company and really helped us with the websites and just developing, especially with me. He has to beat me up all the time with ideas because I'm always I'm hard-headed. So to make sure that I stay focused. And then, I took my grandson, that's Karan Oswald Jones. He was young and he came in innovative and he just came in to really help support us in answering phones. And before you know it, that youth was connecting dots on the internet for us. That was crazy. So you'd be shocked what's around you when you make a phone call to just try to get started, because they could say, hey, you need to connect these dots, and if you have someone young around you, they might can connect the dots for you, which is really good. But he was just awesome. So my awesome team here that really helped me between Karan and Max is just elevated way up here, has been an asset to the agents because we can hand it over. We go out there and we can target ourselves on our clients, and we can say, okay, you handle the marketing and the ad, and we love it. It keeps our hands clean. It keeps us stressless. It keeps us focused on what we're here to do as our client customer-based service. And even on brochures, Max did the brochures. He did so much for me. So it really helped out on me not doing. You want me to put this up? Do you want me to put this up? He wants me to put this up. Okay. All right.
It sounds like instead of saying you should be working, it sounds like she's been working with Max.
Yes, I have been working with Max for many years, and people all over. Again, I put it up. There we go. There we go. And for
branding.
yeah,
branding. See, we just talked about it.
Yes.
And it's print branding. Print branding.
It's print brand.
Which is what we're talking about today. How easy it is to put a
Right.
sign up. People remember that.
Yes.
People. So this is good stuff. But I was just saying that I didn't pay her for this.
He did after we get out of here. No, but he did not. No, let me say this. It's been explosive, honestly, because Max could see me as a brokerage manager at that time, and now I'm a coach and mentor. He saw me overwhelmed. I'm dealing with a ton of agents who I absolutely love, has been fabulous, but at the same time, we're trying to handle our clients. We're trying to go show homes. We're trying to make sure clients are taken care of 100%. Then we're trying to come back and advertise. We're trying to figure how to market, do business cards, and you get wiped out. You just can't even focus, and you don't even know if you're doing it correctly as far as the marketing. So when Max came in and started doing that, it was just fabulous when he was like, I can do the websites, and the website was fabulous for me because he actually took one of my clients without me knowing it and put it on my website, and she did phenomenal, but it was the greatest marketing tool. And then along with that, like I said, and then Karan came along into the brokerage, we had an in-house person who sat there and just marketed us as far as just doing flyers in smaller entities. So therefore, the agents feel great. They feel supported, but they feel like they are on this scale of business. Even if they're just starting out, they feel like they have a team. You know, they have a team. They have a team of marketers, promoting professionals around them, and they can go right back out the door and market. They get a listing, and they just hand it over, and they got a marketing guru team here between Max and his business and Karan as the new young one, just really doing fantastic. So I have been like beautifully blessed in that manner because it has allowed me to, I mean, I don't have that job at all anymore, and I love it. I can come in and really just hand it over and know that my clients are taken care of beautifully for their listings. My agents are taken care of with the same marketing, and just knowing that business cards, flyers, postcards, everything we need, we don't have to touch anymore. We can just say, this is what we need, done, finish. And I think we're just very, very, very happy. So I say, when you start your business, please, please, please start with a phone call.
So here.
Okay, now finish my advertisement, okay?
So what I kind of want to, as we're wrapping up the show, I want to kind of wrap up with one of the things that sometimes people really overlook, and that's forming strategic alliances or partnerships with other companies that have that brands work together. One of those things, which again, still in the vein of print marketing, one of the things that I've used very effectively over the years, which we're even using for this show, is vacation vouchers or offers. So being able to do have partnerships with companies. I mean, you could partner with, I know realtors a lot of times partner with people who stage businesses or finance companies or different people who kind of target or that can help your business, that have synergy with your business. So you want to also think about what other businesses serve my client, and forming relationships, right? Forming relationships with those, and you might be surprised how you can leverage someone else's business, leverage their network of people that never leverage their services. I mean, even thinking for even for a restaurant who wants to offer a discount price for some of their services, you're sending people to them, they're still getting some kind of business out of it. But finding someone to partner with to grow your business is very important. And, you know, John, we're going to put you on the spot a little bit to talk about those kinds of strategic alliances.
I love strategic alliances. I really do. I think I know that, right? You know I'm like that. I love them because I think anytime you're a business owner, you want to build as many relationships as possible. No business should be an island. We want to make connections with everybody, and sometimes you don't know how the dots are going to connect. You just don't. And so yeah, finding other businesses that serve common interest is a great way to partner up. But also finding businesses in general and people in general. You never know where the opportunities are going to come from.
That's so true.
So, and you never know until you ask and until you connect and until you really just get out there and be a human being and get interested in other people and asking, how can we? How can we work together? You and I do that, right? How can we work together? How can we take something that you and I do and then really form a mutually beneficial partnership?
I mean, I'm hoping that people don't really sleep on that opportunity to do that. It's something simple. A lot of times it costs nothing to do, but it can be the make or break point for your business. And a lot of times you could be bringing a client to someone that they need to have. They don't know how to get that client directly, and you could be bringing them a client. And again, that relationship doesn't always cost you money. But again, it grows their opportunity and it grows your opportunity. And so being able to form those strategic alliances is very important. Partnering with someone who has a package or of something that they want to offer that aligns with your client.
Right.
It's just, it's about, in business, there's tons of things you'll find to spend money on. But the goal is to find things that you can save money on and you could still grow your business at the same time. And so, again, just as we're recapping the show, I'm just very passionate about business and helping people start business, get business going, and really hoping that everyone can get rich in their own niche, whatever you decide to do, whatever that niche is actually. There's so many different ways to make a fortune, to make money, and to me, I always say you want to really operate in your passion, what you feel passionate about, because at that point in time, you never work a day in your life. You're kind of doing what you would do for free. One of the things that, as I'm kind of wrapping up the show, I do want to talk about next week's show. I'm really excited about that. And first, I want to thank you for coming on. Or before I do, thank you for coming on.
Thank you so much.
Linda.
I've enjoyed it so much. Thank you for inviting me.
Thank you for coming on. Again, you bring a wealth of knowledge with not only your industry, but I think anybody who's watching the show got some really good information that they can apply to their particular business, whether it's real estate or not. I think anybody who's in real estate, you know where to go, and what you need to do, you need to connect with Linda and get that realtor success guy.
Come see me.
And Joe also always a great addition. You know, with Joe, one of the things I love about having Joe on the show is because, you know, when we prepare the show, me and the producer for the show, we don't ever tell Joe what we're going to ask him or what we're going to talk about or whatever. So Joe's just always, it doesn't matter what I throw him, he's just
Ready.
He's ready. I love that. Next week we're going to be focusing on how to publish a book and make a fortune. So we're going to be talking as far as again, if you are a aspiring author, somebody who wants to publish a book, each week we kind of take a different segment. Here today we were focusing on businesses, but the third Thursday of every month we actually focus on helping you grow or actually becoming an author and getting published in your book. And really, that kind of also dovetails into what we were talking about today. Because it's print marketing. You were already talking about how important that delineates yourself and set yourself apart. But one of the big things that I talk to people about, and you'll see I'd like you to definitely tune in next week. I'm really passionate about how to show people how to use a book to grow their business and how to use that book as a brochure, really to grow their business with, where it just is something that gives you extra leverage, something extra over your competitor. And we all have competitors in whatever business we're having. A book says you're an expert. So I definitely want you to tune in, and we're going to talk about so many different ways how you can create a book around your business, whatever that business may be. You can create a book around that business, and you can also use that book as a brochure to grow that business. So we're going to show you lots of different tips and pointers on how to do that. I also want to wrap up with saying make sure you like the Ask Max Fortune page on Facebook by going to facebook.com / Ask Max Fortune. You can also find us on Twitter, Instagram, all at Ask Max Fortune, and also our YouTube channel. So what I do want to say, we do replay these videos on our YouTube channel. So if you want to kind of get a backlog of the shows that are on, you can go to AskMaxFortune.com. If you click on the banner, actually this is kind of like what you see right above my head. You click on that button, it'll take you right to the, no, not that button, but the one before that. But it will take you to, there you go. It will take you to the, it will take you directly to the YouTube channel where you can subscribe. So we're building our subscribers. It's a brand new show. We're looking to bring people valuable information every week, every Thursday from 4:30 to 5:30 on the WBGR network. Again, please continue to tune in. You can also tune in on WBGRonline.com, where you can download the free WBGR app on your mobile device. Lots of different ways you can join. Again, we're going to ask you to visit or call our phone number. You can call us if you have any questions offline. You can call our office at 844-417-4177. Again, the office number for myself or Fortune Publishing Group, where you can talk to myself or get Joe, is 844-417-4177. And you can also talk to the producer of the show if you want to, if you're into that thing, if you're into that kind of thing. Our producer, Aisha Wallace, does a great job with helping us put the show together. I really couldn't have done it without her. And so she really interacts with everybody. So I want to thank her. She's, yes, okay, so she's off there, off camera, you can't see her. Hopefully we're going to try to get her on the show next week so you can put a voice with a face with people who are looking at that. But again, I want to just end with just saying thank you so much for coming on, Linda. I mean, listen, I've known you for a long time, but you're so personable. And, this is my last little plug. I don't know how much time. I think I have 30 seconds.
I just met you and I'm a big fan.
Oh,
My last 30 seconds, I'm going to say if you're into the market needing to buy a home, definitely call Linda Jones.
I'm at Maison.
At Maison Realty. I mean, you will not be disappointed in any way, shape, or form. So that's our show for today. Again, thank you for coming on. We've enjoyed providing this information for you. Again, thank you, Linda.
Thank you.
All right, Joe.
And it's gonna get even better and better and
Yes.
better.
There you
It
go.
really is. We're
You
gonna
heard it from
continue
Joe.
with great guests.
There you go. So we're looking forward to
Wonderful.
bringing you that.
Thank
All right, thank you very much, everybody.
Bye-bye.